Hello and welcome to another 10-minute movie rant with the Termeister, baby. This week we'll be covering Record 1, Record 2, Record Genesis and Record Armageddon. If you're unfamiliar with these films, they are zombie films from Spain. Yes, so they're all English subtitles, and I said the zombie films like that in quotations because if you watch the films or you're going to wait till my spoiler review, you'll realise that they're not technically zombies, but all interesting. So let's get straight into it. Record number 1. So yeah, this is from 2007, all the way from Spain. This come out at a time where found footage films was at highest peak ever, and I swear I couldn't have been the only one that was sick to death of them. So when we sat down to watch this, and I seen that it was a found footage film, I initially was like, oh no, and like a bit disinterested. So I was just like, okay. Plus it had subtitles. Well, I like my subtitles, but you know what I mean. So you kind of have to focus on the film, which is a plus if I'm honest with subtitles. So it is about the protagonist is a TV reporter and her trusty cameraman Pablo. I hope you like the name Pablo because that name is said. I haven't actually counted this, but I swear I might be right. I swear that Pablo is said at least once every 5 minutes. I swear that name is like burned into your frontal lobe. Anyway, yeah. And they are assigned to basically a night shift at a fire engine department place. And they get a call. Like, everyone's there. They're having a banter. Everyone's happy, you know what I mean? Like TV reporter. She's a young, attractive woman. So the guys are all like hounding after her. Anyway, they get a call. A distress call off the police saying that they need to enter basically a door in the apartment building. Because a woman's distressed there, basically screaming and stuff. So we're all go. We're off to this apartment block. And then we enter the door. They bust open the door. Well, before that, we meet the residents and they're great. They're all in the hall together and they're a good boy bunch. The director did a great job with that. Each person was different. It worked. So we answer the distress call. We break down the door. And we all go in. There's a woman there. Pure white. She's like the whitest of the white woman I've ever seen. And then she has like, I know what they've done it because there's blood all down her and it shows up, so it's pretty clever. It's just like, damn, she's white. Yeah, so like they're like, oh, trying to comfort her, find out what's going on, and then obviously she out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, but yeah, she goes and bites one of the policemen. They're like, whoa, what the hell? Let's get out of here! Like they take the policeman to safety, and then they go back up and have to deal with her, but she's disappeared. So that is as much as I'll go with for the spoiler-free, the spoiler-free review. One thing I will say, the twist at the end is brilliant, and you'll realise why I kept saying zombies in quotations like that. So seriously, go out and watch this film. My rating for this film is 9 out of 10. It come at a time where found footage films were everywhere, and out of all of them, this is probably one of the best, if I'm honest. Honestly, really great. There is an American remake. Do not watch that. It's called Quarantine. It's terrible compared to this. Now, onto spoilers. So we'll carry on from where we left. We're looking for this woman. People are getting distressed and all that and stuff. People are discussing. Then we go back into the front room and then all of a sudden the fireman just falls from the sky. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know why the fireman went up. I didn't see a reason why he went up, and you know what I mean? So please correct me in the comments to say if he did or not. But yeah, he falls on the ceiling and hits the ground. He's also bit on his face. They take them into safety. Not safety, to be examined basically, and so we're just learning, and that basically they've slipped into a coma. Then the next thing we know, the police are just barricading the whole building, the apartment building, with like sheets of plastic. And basically threatening that they will shoot if they try to escape. So, developments I seek. So then the scientist comes in, like a scientist, doctor, kind of, like a medical person, to take blood tests and basically check on the infection. So he says, and then He goes to check, and then one of the policemen comes back alive as a zombie, and rah! And yeah, so basically, and then the fireman, like the head fireman that we follow, he's a bald guy. He pins the scientist to the wall and so forces an answer out of him. What's going on? So he's saying that basically they had a call off a vet that they had a dog come in and he slipped into a coma, and then it reawoke and just attacked everybody in the room. Apparently it was like rabies, and they followed the dog's chip to the apartment building. And basically we learn that there's a mother and child, one of the residents. They're then like, my daughter's only got tonsillitis, and she's there like pretty sick. This is a little bit of a gripe of mine, and as we learn, what's this? Just at that split second, the daughter turns into a zombie, bites her mum's face, and runs off. I hated it because zombie children, demon children. No, not for me. She's scary. The makeup's great. I know it's a coincidence, but it was just like, oh, come on. What, you just learn that it's a zombie and then the daughter just transforms all just in that 1 second. It was a bit like jarring because like literally like 2 seconds, about a minute ago, when you see him, the daughter's completely fine. Obviously she's a bit pale and she's sweaty because like she's meant to have tonsillitis, so you know you think that. Like you wouldn't, and then like you next see her when it's like the mother's like, oh, she's only got tonsillitis. She looks rabid. She bites her cheek and runs off. Yeah. So at this point, people are just, the residents are just distressed, scared. They're running off and hiding, and then like basically the apartment block is just overrun with zombies, people changing and stuff. It's a really short review because it's a very short film. Not a lot really stands out to say, like, for me to talk about it, apart from what I'm going to talk about next. But seriously, guys, atmosphere, acting is great. Right now, they get hold of some keys for all the doors in the apartment building. One of the residents there is like an old guy. He's quite funny. He looks weird, to be fair, but he's like, oh, there's a way out into the, like, under the warehouse part or something like that, in the warehouse department, something like that. But they try and go there. Nah, it's overrun. So they run up. They hear that there's a penthouse at the top floor. So they run up, get to the penthouse, open it, think they're safe. The bald fireman sacrifices himself. So the Pablo! And the TV reporter makes it to the penthouse. What a noble guy. What a man of courage, I say. So they enter this penthouse, and there's all religious scripture across everything, pictures of the Virgin Mary, Jesus, a lot of writing, a lot of priests with scratched faces and stuff. And then we learn that basically a priest from the Vatican has brought a possessed girl to that penthouse. Why, I don't know. Why would you choose the top of an apartment building to host your experiments on like a young child? And how did nobody know? But anyway, yeah. So so you learn basically it's a possession, and his job was to cure her, because I've read the graphic novels, but he also was to isolate the genome of the infection, the possession, because apparently possession is like a virus. It's clever. It's never been done before, and that's what I'm saying. The twist at the end was really good. I did not see at all. I thought, yeah, okay, we're just going to learn that, you know, it's a zombie virus, form of rabies or whatever. But no, possession, I didn't see. Awesome. Then a hatch from the. You hear that the young girl was put in the loft to basically starve to death, because the priest was like, screw this, I'm out of here. And just as that happens, an amazing coincidence. The loft hatch where he's put the door to just slams open. Woo! There we go. Now, watching this every time, before I read the graphic novels, I was like, what the hell? Right. If you, obviously, hopefully you've watched it this film. So the cameraman goes up, looks around, you know that a jump scare is going to happen. a young possessed boy, well, a demon thing, which I hate, attacks the camera. Which I was like, hang on a minute, so like, how's the kid up there? It never really, it does make sense. I'll say it in record 2, but like, I was like, what the hell? Like, how? Anyway, so, I can't remember the possessed girl's name, but she comes down, and my god, is she like the horriblest thing I've ever seen. She looks exactly like this zombie, but naked, and just like little panties on. It's horrible. It is the stuff of nightmares, and it's brilliant. You know what I'm like with movie creatures, game creatures, it's brilliant. It sends shivers up my spine and I'm shitting myself. I love it. So yeah, guys, definitely 9 out of 10. My only gripes are the coincidence with the little daughter, the little over-the-top acting, and what was the other one? And the amount of screaming that the Spanish people do. I don't know why they need to scream all the time. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watch it. And yeah, Termeister signing